welcome back to René of Paris today for another live stream. Today's live stream, if you can't tell already, is going to be a get ready with me, and it's going to be for a St. Patrick's Day look. So happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Really excited to put together a kind of green look for today. And of course, I have a very special green wig that I'm going to be putting on in a little bit for St. Patrick's Day. So I absolutely love dressing up for holidays, especially when it comes to incorporating different holiday colors. So of course, whenever it's St. Patrick's Day, I love to dress up in a green look, pull out all of my different green outfit options, accessories, and of course, getting to be a wig wearer around holidays just makes it so much more fun to kind of incorporate those colors into the hair. And of course, there's different methods you can do. If you're not someone that likes to wear different fashion hair colors like greens and whatnot, you can always stick with whatever wig you already have in a normal color and add some fun green accessories, which I'm also going to do today. But if you are someone that likes the more adventurous colors, it's really fun to get a chance to try out some, like for example, St. Patrick's Day, green wig. Valentine's Day, of course, we did some red and pink wigs. So if you are someone who likes to be experimental with colors, holidays are such a perfect time to do that. So I'll show you a little sneak preview of the wig that I'm going to be putting on today. This is Angelica in the color Seaglass, I believe. Yeah, Seaglass-R, Angelica. So this is a style that is a favorite in the René of Paris community. I think it's one of the really popular styles, but there are some limited edition colors to try out with those. So that one is the Seaglass color. It is absolutely beautiful. And it's just so fun. And what I love about it, which you'll see in a minute once I put it on, is it's this beautiful kind of gorgeous sea glass color, just like this really nice pastel green, but then it has a really nice root to it as well, so it just really looks like your own hair dyed that color. So for starters, just so you guys can see what I'm doing, I already have my primer on. Where is that? I put on just a basic primer, and then I put on my concealer, and then now I'm putting on this liquid blush right now. This is actually so funny because I think I tried this blush for the first time on my Valentine's Day live stream, and if you guys were here for that, here on René of Paris, I was struggling so much to get this open, which was so funny. If you go back and watch that live, I just could not get it open. But today, this has been like a regular product in my makeup routine ever since. So you guys were here with me when I first tried it, and now you're seeing me definitely incorporate it into my regular routine. So when I'm doing fun looks, or if I'm doing a day-to-day look, I just really, really like this. It's just nice how, if you guys saw how I dotted it on, you really just need like two little dots, and then you can blend it out really nicely with your brush. So I feel like it just gives a really nice kind of base there, especially because where I live, it's still kind of cooler out. So I just haven't seen the sun in a while. Finally, this past week, it's been getting nice, and I've been outside for every possible moment that I can. So hopefully that'll change soon, but it's just nice to get a little color in the cheeks, especially if you've been cooped up in the winter like I have recently. So yeah, for starters for this look, I'm definitely going to do my standard kind of alopecia eyebrows that I always do, so you guys can get a little glimpse into how I do that. And then I'm also going to play with some fun green eyeshadows. If you guys see this palette, this is a palette that I picked up, I think at like TJ Maxx or something a while back. And normally, this palette might not be for everyone because I don't know if everyone likes to wear green eyeshadows, but this is perfect for a St. Patrick's Day look. And I love going to TJ Maxx or Marshalls just to pick up like cheap palettes that are really fun colors that I wouldn't buy if they were like expensive, but if it's just a cute little TJ Maxx discounted item, it's really nice. It's like, look how fun these colors are. And you have some really nice matte colors, some darker shades, and then shimmers on the other side. So just absolutely gorgeous. So these are definitely going to be great for a St. Patrick's Day look, especially with my sea glass wig that I have here in a minute. This color I love so much. I feel like it's actually showing up on camera nicely sometimes. Sometimes the iPhone white balance that I film on, it doesn't really like recognize the color well. I think it's actually showing up really accurately right now. It's just such a beautiful pastel green, and I love it so much. So yes. So for starters, I'm just going to go ahead and start putting in my basic eyebrows. I always love to include this in my makeup tutorials on here on René of Paris, even if I'm doing a holiday look or something like that, just because if there is anyone else who's dealing with hair loss or alopecia, I always love to include some of the basics of how I draw on my eyebrows, because I do have alopecia, so I don't really have many brow hairs. If I look really closely, it's actually surprising how many brow hairs I do have, but you really cannot see them. It's very, very faint. So I do like to fill them in. The other funny thing about that, the little irony there, is that if I did have hair, it would be blonde. So even the eyebrow hairs that do manage to get through, they're too blonde anyway. So first I'm just going to go in with my e.l.f. pencil. Personally, I like to keep I like to stick with cheaper products as much as I can. Sometimes with certain products you do kind of have to splurge a little bit more to get a higher quality product. But things like this e.l.f. brow pencil is absolutely fantastic for me. Even when I've tried some of the more expensive products, I feel like this is just even better. What I really like about this for doing brow hairs when you're trying to kind of create a brow that isn't there is it's really nice to have that really, really fine tip. And with the pencil that you have to sharpen, you pretty much have to sharpen it every single time you use it because you want to have as fine of a tip as possible to get that individual brow hair effect. But with a retractable pencil like this, it's really nice to just be able to scroll it up a little bit to get a little bit more product, and it's just always going to be that really nice fine tip no matter what. Whereas with there are some nice pencils as well that you have to sharpen, but I find that I have to sharpen it every single time I use it to get a fine tip enough. So we're just going to go in here, and I like to just kind of make them really sparse at first and slowly fill it in, because I used to be someone that would just go in with a really heavy hand and just like draw a straight line on my face, but now I find that it comes out much more naturally if I layer it like with a really light feathered hand, just kind of drawing on individual brow hairs. So for years I would just go in and draw like a line and that might work for some people. That kind of is also a look, even if someone has eyebrows, sometimes that's just the aesthetic they want to go for. But when I'm trying to create the individual brow hair effect, it's really nice and feathered like that. And sometimes I'll start off doing it really lightly and think to myself that it's too light, but I feel like it very, very quickly starts layering. So even if you're feeling like it's too light, it will kind of get to a point you like quickly. A lot of people like the temporary tattoo eyebrows, or I guess they're like the eyebrow transfers, and those are absolutely fantastic. I've seen those work really well for some people. I have only tried them maybe on 2 occasions, and I think I just bought the wrong shape for my face and the wrong color. So I got ones that were way too dark and way too thick. Right now I like kind of thinner eyebrows. My eyebrow style does change, but I also like to be able to change it with each look. So something like eyebrow transfers, you are kind of committed to that one shape and style, whereas with a pen or a pencil like this, you can kind of change it based on the different looks you wear. And because I'm someone that changes up my wigs so often, I like to be able to change my eyebrow shape and my eyebrow color really easily. So I don't like to have to commit to one style and shape. That's also the same reason I don't get microblading personally. Something that works really well for some people, but I like to change my eyebrow style all the time. I'm awful at eyebrows. Well, hopefully I can give you some tips here, but it's definitely something that takes practice. And just because I've just been doing it every day for so long, and I feel like I've gone through so many phases where I look back at that period of time for my eyebrows and I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I think that was okay? Why didn't anyone tell me my eyebrows looked like that? And I'll say that in every time I do my eyebrows, I will say that, and then I think to myself like, oh my gosh, in 2 years I'm probably going to look back at my current eyebrow phase and think the same thing. So that's also just inevitable with eyebrows, because I feel like eyebrow styles also just change with fashion. So kind of like in the 90s, everyone had those like super thin brows, and then we got into thick brow phase, so everyone feels self-conscious about their eyebrows even if they can grow them. So that's something that's good to remember. Right now I'm going to go in with the NYX Lift and Snatch liquid eyeliner pen. This is very similar to kind of a liquid eyeliner, but it's much more fine tipped, and it comes in some really good colors for brows. So I absolutely love this. So I like to layer the e.l.f. as kind of a base just to have my guideline, and then I kind of go in and just draw very few, very light brow strokes like that. For a little while I was just using this, and you can definitely use this alone, but I feel like it is a little bit harder to work with. So I find that if I have a base like the pencil, like the e.l.f., then I kind of have a good guideline, and then I can just kind of go in really lightly with that. The thing about this pen, I love it so much, but it also can be really super liquidy and pigmented sometimes. Sometimes you kind of have to like work with it. I think it's actually a little bit easier to use when it's a little more dried out. But sometimes I think the product kind of comes out more than it's supposed to, and it makes it a little harder to work with. But this is just my favorite brow product right now for sure. So it really just gives you that individual brow hair effect. So I think that looks pretty good so far. A lot of times when I'm doing my makeup every single day, I'll do it in this order, and I'll get to my eyebrows, and then I'll do the rest of my makeup, and then a lot of times I do go back and kind of touch up my eyebrows or recheck them because I find that sometimes I'll do them initially and I'll think they look really good, and then I'll finish my makeup and one is up here and one is down here, or one's really angled. So it's always just about kind of putting them down first, do the rest of your makeup, and then revisit it. So we're gonna do that. So now let's go ahead and get into some of this fun eyeshadow. This is what I'm really, really excited for. I think first, just because I have my base on already, I'm gonna set that with a translucent powder. I don't always use translucent powder, but I use it whenever I feel like my makeup is a little bit like slippery. So I'm kind of feeling like I want to set my concealer a bit because it's just feeling like a little, like it needs it. And I always just use a very little amount because I feel like my makeup can get cakey really quickly. So just a tiny bit of concealer, and then I very lightly dust it with some translucent powder. I also like to do that before I put the eyeshadow on, just so it's not going to be like slipping all over the place on the concealer that I already have on. If you do have an eyeshadow primer, that's also good to use, but I often find that that's unnecessary, so I just skip that step. So we're gonna go in with some fun green eyeshadow. Of course, today is a St. Patrick's Day look, so we're gonna get into the fun stuff now. Like I said, I always like to kind of go into detail with my eyebrows, even if it's not a specific like alopecia makeup tutorial or anything like that, just so you guys can see, because I get a lot of questions about alopecia eyebrows. I have this really funny eyeshadow brush bag. I feel like everyone must have this. Let me know in the chat if you guys have a bag like this. It's just all of your makeup brushes end up here, and then when you're looking for one to use for a specific look, it's hard to find exactly what you're looking for. But I'm just gonna see one here that I'm gonna use. Just a nice simple one. Okay, so what kind of look should we go for? I'm gonna go for just like a nice base of this light green first. I put that all over my lid, and then I'm gonna add dimension with some darker green and with some shimmer. So let's go ahead and just kind of put this all over. So you tap off the excess so you don't get green all over your face. Oh, you know what? I forgot. This palette has a mirror, so I can just use the mirror in the palette. That's actually very helpful. That's what I love about TJ Maxx and Marshalls getting like makeup palettes from them, is that you're often getting like a pretty high quality product for a lot cheaper. So we love that. Usually when you're spending less money on a palette, it's not gonna have things like a nice mirror on the inside or something, but this is like kind of the best of both worlds. I definitely want this really pigmented. I'm liking how I can layer this a lot. So if I just want like a little light dusting of green, I can do that. But if I want to have a more vibrant green, then I can kind of layer it and get that vibrant green, which is nice. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my shimmer first. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this here. I'm gonna put that in the inner corner. Ooh, oh my gosh, that is a beautiful shimmer. Do you guys see that? I am loving that. That is really fun. Okay, I think that kind of made it pop a little bit more. The initial green was looking a little dull, and that just really adds a nice vibrant shimmer to it. I feel like I'm gonna wanna use that as a highlight later too, but I'm gonna put some, look how much that is shining. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how good this eyeshadow was. This little shimmer that I have here. Just when that light hits that, it's just really nice and bright. Okay, so I really like that, even as a highlight. It's kind of fun to use like a color that you wouldn't normally use as a highlight for like a holiday look. And now I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of a darker green. Let's see, which one do you guys think I should use? Maybe like, I don't think I wanna get too dark today, so I might just use slightly darker and not go too dark here. Oh, I like that too. It's a really nice shade, especially that's a perfect St. Patrick's Day shade, I think. Really like that. Always have to tap off the excess. I remember when I was like watching makeup tutorials when I was first learning how to do makeup, they always say tap off the excess, and it always seems like something like, oh, I don't know what that means, like whatever. But if you have a lot of extra product on your brush and then you go to use it on your face, there's something called fallout, and the fallout just gets all over your face. So if you're doing like a green eyeshadow, it's super important, because if you have too much fallout, you're just gonna have like little speckles of green, and it's just gonna make the rest of your makeup look kind of dull. So it always sounds like one of those things that like, I'm not like a professional makeup artist or anything, but when you watch a lot of professional makeup artist tutorials, they always say things like that, and it's like, oh, that doesn't really matter. But as you start to do your makeup more often, it kind of does end up mattering a little more, which is kind of funny. It's like, oh, there's a reason they say that. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a black eyeliner first. And I always love how black eyeliner kind of ties together any eyeshadow look that I'm doing. But what I really want to do for the St. Patrick's look is I really want to draw like a little rainbow here for kind of like searching for the pot of gold kind of vibe. So let's just go ahead and put the black eyeshadow on first. Or I could do shamrock. So I have these little other eyeliner pens that are kind of good for like other designs in all different colors. It's so hard to talk and do eyeliner at the same time, so I feel like I just start rambling, but I will show you what I'm talking about in a second. So it makes more sense. My eyes are starting to water from keeping them open too long. So people always ask how I do my eyeliner, and I really don't know how to explain it other than showing it. I don't know if I necessarily have hooded eyes, but I feel like the outer corner of my eye kind of is slightly hooded. So I feel like it's just good to check, like, does it look good with my eyes closed, or does it look good with my eyes open? So I just kind of check that. And then I draw the wing, and then I kind of just like come back a little and kind of line it up with my crease like that. So that, and this just works for my particular eye shape. I think the most important thing when learning how to do eyeliner is to check what works for your eye shape rather than just following a particular tutorial. So I have found that with this, like if you want to be able to like look forward and have it look good with your head tilted down, and you want to have it look good when your head is tilted up, you know what I mean? So like eye closed, eye open, it still looks okay. I don't know if that makes sense, but that is the important thing to kind of look for if you're doing liquid eyeliner like this. So I guess I kind of do it initially with my eye looking down, and then I check how it looks with my eye looking up. It's funny to look at your eye shape and see how this kind of part changes as you look up or look down. And I really want the eyeshadow to be the thing that pops here, so I'm just doing a really thin black eyeliner on the actual lid, and then I'm going to put some black lashes on top of that as well. I just want it to be like a fun little surprise when I close my eyes and get like that nice pop of green. I get exactly the right shape that I'm looking for. Okay, and again, because the hair that I'm going to put on in a moment is going to be green as well, I think that's really going to add to the look. I think I'm also just going to take my finger and add a little bit more of that shimmer on my brow bone, because I just really like, ooh, that is vibrant. I actually really love that. Okay, now we are going to go in with a lip, because I feel like my lips are just looking very plain right now. Here's what I was saying earlier about having a sharpener at all times for your eyebrow pencil. That's why I like retractable pencils, because I don't need a sharpener. And same with my lip liners, but I feel like retractable lip liners are a little bit harder to find. And right now I feel like my pencil needs to be sharpened. It's so flat, but I can't find my sharpener, and that's exactly why I like retractable. But we're just gonna go in and put this on. I like to always use a lip liner that matches the color of my own lips, and then I don't really necessarily overline, I just like to define the middle part. So I like to define the Cupid's bow, or you can add like a tiny bit of overlining just on the Cupid's bow area. If I ever overline on my whole lips, then you can tell it just looks like I have stuff all over my face. But if you just overline in the key areas, you can really create a look of having larger lips without looking like you just tried to cover your whole mouth in lip liner, which I'm saying that to myself, like I used to do that. But I just like to add a little extra on the Cupid's bow. And I feel like just the little extra overlining there, I have so much eyeliner on my finger, just the little overlining on the Cupid's bow just gives you that extra volume that kind of just gives you that larger lip look. Let's see, what kind of lip color do we want to do today? I think because I'm doing a lot of green on my face and I'm going to draw like a little rainbow on my face, I'm going to stick with something neutral. So I really like this one. This is just a nice pink gloss. That could look really good. But also I have been loving the e.l.f. lip oil. Everyone has been talking about this lately, but it really is just so nice. And I feel like when I put on a lip liner in a color that I like, especially when it's a color that kind of matches the shade of my own lips, that's when you can kind of get that naturally plump lip look, because it just looks like your own lips. And then putting like a nice clear gloss on there as well. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and the lip oil is just really nice because it's almost like the effect of having a chapstick. Like, I feel like lip gloss isn't super moisturizing all the time, but lip oil is very moisturizing. My dog is sneezing at the door. I might have to let her in a second. But I actually thought she was in this room. She's being awfully quiet. Okay, let's see. So nice lip oil there. Okay, now for the fun parts. We're going to do some lashes, and we are going to do the wig, and we're also going to do the little heart, little rainbow. Okay, which product do I want to do first? What lashes do I want to do? So I have these fun lashes. So I got some fun lashes at the dollar store recently, and they actually are so nice. I was very surprised by the quality of these dollar store lashes. So I might try those. And then I also have, this is what I was talking about before, the set of kind of eyeliner pens in different colors. So look how fun these are. They also kind of like glow in UV light if you're ever going to like an event that's indoor that's gonna have fun lights. But even just for a daytime party, I think these are gonna be really, really nice. So like going to a parade or something like that. And for the hair, I'm kind of, so if I was wearing a natural hair color, I think it would be really fun to use like some green bows in the hair. And that honestly would still look really cute, especially with the two different shades of green. I think it actually looks really pretty. I do have some green ribbon. I don't know if those shades go as nicely together, but this is a very St. Patrick's Day color. If you were using like a brunette wig, this would look really pretty in that. These two shades I think look really pretty. Then I saw this white bow, and even though it's not necessarily a St. Patrick's Day look, I think it's kind of nice to just let the green and the hair be the centerpiece, and then accessorize it with other fun accessories like that. So let's go ahead. We're gonna wear the big lashes today. I think it's fun to go to a parade or something like that and just really go all out with fun dramatic lashes. And again, these are from the dollar store, which is so amazing to me because you really get that really nice feathered look with these. So I've worn these a few times now, and they're just really nice. Okay. There we go. So every time you get a new pair of lashes, I like to keep a little like nail scissor or a little tiny scissor like this in my makeup bag. So I have two makeup bags, one that I always have with me in my bag for touch-ups, and there's usually just like basic stuff like eyeliner, lash glue, and eyebrow pencil, and that's just what I keep in my purse. And then I have a larger makeup bag like this one where I keep the things that I know I'm going to use in my routine daily. I don't usually bring it with me, but I like to have it on hand in the place where I get ready every day, and if I'm ever traveling, then I know that I need to bring that with me. So it's like, and then the stuff that I don't use often, of course, is like kind of put away in the makeup storage area. So there's the makeup that I know I want to have with me daily and on the go, and there's the makeup that I know I want to have when I'm getting ready. And so I always keep these little kind of nail scissors in my bag for when I'm getting ready, because it is nice. I don't use them every day because you can re-wear a pair of lashes a lot. But whenever I do have a new pair of lashes, I always like to have these, because usually when you get a band like this, what you want to do is you want to check it to your eye shape. And usually the band is pretty long and you want to cut off like a little piece like that, but that also obviously depends on your eye shape. But that's usually how much I have to cut off, and then you want to do it to both sides. Depending on the eyelash style, you can either trim from the inside corner or the outside corner. These are kind of pretty symmetrical all the way across, so it doesn't really matter. That's gonna look really pretty, and that's gonna be a fun surprise with the eyeshadow, because they kind of will cover my eyelid, but then when I blink, it's gonna be like bright green, like. So let's go ahead and put this on. So which lash glues do I have? A couple of options here. These are the two lash glues that I've been using lately. My favorite lash glue is the Duo Lash Glue that dries dark, and it's the quick dry. That's my favorite. For a while I was going through phases where I was experimenting with different brands. It kind of started because I would go to the store and they wouldn't have the brand that I liked, and I would just get whatever was there. And then I was like, oh, where can I save money? So I tried to get this LA Colors one from Five Below for really cheap. Not a fan of this. But I'm still using it because I don't like to waste products. But it's so funny to try all these different products and see what works for you and what doesn't. And I think like with lashes especially, when someone's new to putting on lashes, it can be really daunting and it can seem really, really hard to do. But a lot of times it's just about the lashes you're buying, like the lash style. For the lash band, you want a band that is stiff enough to not lose its shape, but also like kind of flexible enough to bend to your eye shape. There's some that will just like kind of stick in a straight line no matter what you do, and those are just going to keep popping off your eye as you're trying to put them on. But the ones that are like too flexible, they will kind of just fall apart really quickly, and I can only usually wear those for like a couple times before they're just like too messed up. So this is the LA Colors Lash Glue that dries dark. Again, not a fan of it, but it works well enough, so I didn't want to waste it since I already did buy it. But again, the Duo Lash Glue in general is really just the best one in my opinion, and that is just for me personally. This one is oddly like a little too liquidy, and it kind of comes out of the bottle really quickly sometimes. Okay. So with this lash glue, especially because I'm not a huge fan of this lash glue, I don't really trust this to hold my lashes all day. I have gotten into the habit of putting 2 lash glues, and I will even do this even if I am using my favorite lash glue. I just find it gives you that really nice hold that will last all day, especially with a big pair of lashes like this. I like to use a secondary lash glue, so I put lash glue on the lash band, put that aside to kind of set so it can get tacky. That's the biggest tip for putting on lash glue. You have to wait for it to get tacky before putting it on your eye. If you put it on too soon, it will be too liquidy and it will just kind of slip all over the place and mess up the makeup that you already have on, especially if you're using dark drying lash glue. I do not enjoy when that happens because it will just kind of slip all over the place and then it looks like you're wearing like really dark eyeliner all over your face. Yes, I'm really liking the way this eyeshadow looks a lot right now. Okay, so we're gonna go in and just put this lash glue. This one I actually do like. This is just something I found online. Super Strong Hold Eyelash Adhesive Black. Like, it doesn't even seem to have a brand. I guess the brand is Super Strong Hold. Not sure. This, I think, you could just either brush onto the lash band itself. Sometimes I'll do that. And then I also like to brush it on my eyelid. There are also lash glues that you can buy that are actually eyeliner lash glues. And I think those are really great, especially for people who are just starting to do their lashes. Because if you're someone that already has experience wearing eyeliner, then it really just feels like the same feeling as if you're putting on eyeliner. So it's not like you're learning a whole new makeup step, it's really just putting on eyeliner, and then it also happens to be a lash glue. So I do like to put it on both the lash band and on my eyelid because it just gives it the extra grip. And then I also find that when I put it on the eyelid first, it kind of gives a good like landing pad for the lash. So it kind of, you have a little bit of a tacky glue here and you have a tacky glue on the lash. So when you put it on, it just kind of has something to grip to right away. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Now that I'm looking at it, I probably could have trimmed the lash band a little more, but we are going for a dramatic look today. Every time I put these on at first, I'm like, whoa, that's big. And then I start to like finish the makeup look and I'm like, okay, it looks cute. But these are definitely a particular look. You can wear a more natural lash if you want to. But I find these so fun, especially because I might be going to a parade or something later. Not sure, just want to get dressed up for St. Patrick's Day. And it is really fun to just have that fun, over the top, like parade look, you know what I mean? So that's just fun to try. It would be really fun if I had some like green mascara or something, kind of put it on the tips of this. That is looking really fun. I also realized I just forgot to contour my face. I usually don't contour too much, but I do like to do a little bit of nose contour just here. Just to add some more dimension back into my face. Because I find when I put my concealer on, sometimes I kind of like erase that dimension. Here's my other brush. Blend it out with another brush. I kind of want to put on more blush, but where did I put it? I have so many makeup products here in front of me now that I have lost my blush. Here it is. Sometimes I do, with this camo blush from e.l.f., I do like it, but I also feel like it kind of disappears pretty quickly. Okay, first we're gonna go into the wig for now. And then I'm gonna do, if I have time, then maybe I'll do the rainbow on my cheek. But I feel like the rainbow is kind of a cute aesthetic. Even if I don't do it in this video, it's a cute idea for like kind of searching for the pot of gold kind of vibe for St. Patrick's Day. Okay, that is looking really cute. Let's go ahead and put on the wig. This is a wig that I just love so much, and it's also fun with this color because it's a wig that is nice enough quality that you can wear it for like day-to-day looks. Like I absolutely just wear this regularly, not even for holidays. I just really love the aesthetic of it. So gorgeous. Just this color is absolutely amazing. Oh, I love it so much. Again, this is Angelica in Sea Glass. And then because this is Angelica lace fronts, there's a couple of different types of Angelica in case you guys aren't familiar. And the differences are in the cap construction. So there's Angelica machine tied cap, there's Angelica partial monofilament where it just has the monofilament on one side, and there's Angelica lace front, which is what this is. This is a machine tied cap with a lace front, and that gives you a really realistic looking hairline. And I just love how you can see the natural looking root going into the natural looking lace front and then having this bright fun color, because then it really looks like your own hair growing out of your head and then just dyed a fun color. I really like this René Paris wide tooth comb just to get out any tangles. Love it so much. Wow, just look how gorgeous that looks. Even just on its own, you can just do that. And that's such a fun way to kind of incorporate fun holiday hair colors, even without having to do any hairstyling, is you can just pull it out of the box and just put it on your head and you have a fun holiday look. But we are going to add some accessories now. Let's see what I have. So this would be pretty. I have this little like subtle little choker, or this. That looks pretty good, but I think I want to go with this one because it's a little more subtle. I don't want it to take away from the hair color. I just found whatever kind of green tone bracelets that I had to add there. Let's see. I thought I had another bow. Actually, I'm gonna grab this. So this bow, if I had two green bows, that would look really cute together, but I had a green and a purple one, and even though it's not a St. Patrick's Day color, I thought it just looked really pretty with the wig color. So we're gonna do this. And I think I'm gonna put the hair into little half pigtails and then put the bows on top. I think that's gonna look really cute. So I just like to take a little piece and kind of put it in a little half pigtail like that. Just to kind of create a cute little hairstyle there. And then it's fun to just kind of put any little hair accessories you have on top of these little pigtails. So if you have fun little hair clips, you could do that. And in this case, I'm gonna use little bows. That already looks really cute. Just kind of adds a little fun element to the wig. It just makes it look like, even though it's very effortless, it just makes it look like you kind of put time into a little cute hairstyle. And when you're putting little pigtails in your wigs, I think a lot of people are worried that you can't do that with your wigs, but you absolutely can. The one thing to look out for is that you're not accidentally exposing any of the wig netting. That's why in this case, I'm just taking little tiny ponytails, and it has the same effect. You don't have to take up too much hair into the pigtail. And you can kind of check, like if you lift the pigtail, you don't even have to necessarily see it. But you guys can see it. I can't see the back of my own head. But you can kind of just feel with your hand and feel if any of the net is exposed. And if you don't feel anything, then you should be good. You can always have someone check for you. You can do the double mirror trick where you kind of hold up 2 mirrors and look in the back, or you can even just take the wig off and take a look. That's something I will do sometimes, just to kind of check the hairstyle. So yes, this wig is such a fun look for St. Patrick's Day. Absolutely love it. And now let's go ahead and put the little bows in. I just think that's really cute. It just looks like nice, fun celebration hair if you are going to like a St. Patrick's Day parade or something like that. Really cute. Again, 2 green bows would look cute, but even though purple is not really a St. Patrick's Day color, it just looks so cute. Oh my gosh. See, I don't know why that just adds such a cute element to it. I could use this ribbon. I think that this lime green, this bright neon green, kind of takes away from this really beautiful pastel green, so I'm not going to mix these 2 together. Although if I had like another green ribbon, that would look really pretty. But I think I'm really loving how this came out, and you see how effortless that was with the hairstyle, and I think it just looks so cute. And again, like I was saying before, I do like to go back in and revisit the brows. My goodness. I have so many makeup products in front of me that I'm like, where did I put my brow pencils? They're right there on the table. So, because now I'm feeling like the brows are looking a little too uniform, so I'm just going to go in and add a little bit more little brow hairs, because I really just want to have the effect of making it look like natural brows. Here we go. I'll thicken them up a little. See, when I feel like I'm close to the camera, you can see more of the dimension, but I think the camera just kind of makes it look a little more uniform, but you can see there is a lot of dimension there still. And definitely set this with setting spray. I think I left my setting spray in the next room, but setting spray is just like, if you don't use it, it's such a great way to kind of keep your makeup lasting throughout the day. The last thing I'll do, I don't think I'll do the little rainbow, but I think I will draw on little shamrocks, or I will attempt to draw on little shamrocks. Let's see. I wish I kind of got a little sample photo of what a shamrock looked like, so I'm doing this from memory. I think it should be easy. I think, should I do 4-leaf or 3-leaf? Can you guys see? So these little eyeliner pens are so fun. I bought them in a set, and it's all rainbow colors. Oh, that was actually quite easy. I don't know how I was expecting that to be so difficult, but that's really cute. Wow, I'm glad I did that. I might even add a little eyeliner. Yeah, okay, I don't know, you guys can't really see that, but if you add a little eyeliner to the makeup you already have on, I think that looks really cute. You guys really can't see that on camera, but in real life it looks really nice. That's so cute. Should I add it to both sides or just one? I think it's kind of cute on just one. So we can get a little bit bigger. That's so cute. I'm gonna add it to the side too. I'm gonna add some like under my eye. I don't know if I like the under the eye look, but that's cute too. I just wanted to add it somewhere else to the face to add a little pop of color. I usually do that with white eyeliner, it looks really pretty underneath, but the jury is out on the green of whether that looks good. Speaking of the white eyeliner, I'm gonna go in and add a little bit of that in the inner corners. Okay, did I have any other accessories I wanted to add? Let's see. Oh, this other bow is the other cute idea. If you want to use like a white bow, I think that would be really cute if you did like a half up, half down and put this in. Again, because the hair is already green, you don't have to do all green accessories. It's really fun to kind of incorporate some other colors that just complement this hairstyle really well. And this looks so beautiful and like, oh, I just love the look of this kind of white feminine bow with the long pastel green hair. It's just such a look. I love it so much. And you could add more accessories too. Let's just throw this on. That does look nice. And I like how that kind of matches the little shamrocks as well. Okay, so this is the final St. Patrick's Day look. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. If you are just joining our live stream, all of our live streams get saved to our page that you can watch later if you want to. And for anyone who was getting ready with me or using some of these makeup tips, I hope you like the way that it looks for you, and I hope you like the way it came out. And happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I hope you guys have a very fun time today, just celebrating and whatnot. And thank you so much for watching this video. Again, this wig style is the limited edition color Sea Glass in Angelica. This is the Angelica lace front style, so it has that lace front just here with the machine tied cap on the back. And again, I just really love how natural that looks in the front, so it really just looks like your own hair dyed this really fun, gorgeous color. Again, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with me on the live stream, and enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.